Hello, welcome to all. Okay, so our paper 2, the animal physiology. Okay, and in that the first chapter or the first unit is about the nutrition and excretion. The first unit is related to nutrition and excretion. So in nutrition and excretion, the first point is comparative study of nutritional apparatus. Comparative study of nutritional apparatus. So basically in this point we will study or we will discuss a different type of the mechanisms which are used for ingestion. So ingestion manje or ingestion means intake of food material, intake of food material, and how the food and feeding is present in different types of living organism. So in that we will study the nutritional apparatus in amoeba, then hydra, cockroach, amphioxus, pigeon, ruminant stomach. Okay, so in first point we will discuss comparative study of nutritional apparatus in different living organism. Starts from unicellular eukaryotic microorganism such as amoeba, then comes multicellular, hydra, cockroach, amphioxus, pigeon, ruminant stomach. Then 1.2 physiology of digestion in man. So in that point we will discuss about the how the food is digested inside our or humans alimentary canal. Then comparative study of excretory and osmoregulatory structure and function. Comparative study of excretory and osmoregulatory structure and function. So excretory means what? Generally excretory system, it deals with collection and removal of nitrogenous waste products. Nitrogenous waste product. And osmoregulation means maintaining water and salt balance of the body. Okay, so how the excretory and osmoregulatory structures and functions are present in different types of living organism. So in that amoeba, contractile vacuole, planaria, flame cells, cockroach, Malpighian tubules. So these are the excretory and osmoregulatory structure in amoeba, planaria and cockroach. So we will study in comparison with each other. Then next point is categorization of animal based on principle nitrogen excretory product. Principle nitrogenous excretory products. Then the last point in the first unit is structure of kidney, uriniferous tubule and physiology of urine formation in man or in human beings. So humans, how the kidney and uriniferous tubules are made up of, or structurally, functionally the organization, structural and functional organization of kidney and uriniferous tubule in humans. We will discuss in the last point from the first unit. Okay, so in this lecture today we will discuss about the nutritional apparatus in hydra. Nutritional apparatus in hydra. Okay, so this diagram represent the longitudinal section of hydra. Okay, so let's discuss about the hydra. So basically hydra, it belongs to phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. The hydra belongs to phylum, okay, so it belongs to phylum Cnidaria, or this phylum is called as Coelenterata. Okay, Cnidaria or Coelenterata. This phylum is known as Coelenterata or Cnidaria. So in that phylum there are other living organisms such as sea anemone, jellyfishes. Sea anemone and jellyfishes are the other examples which belongs to phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Okay, so why this phylum is called as Cnidaria or Coelenterata? Okay, the reason is basically for example in this diagram, this is the LS of hydra. So they have base for attachment to the substratum. Okay, body plan is like they have a tubular body or body column, then at the base or there is a base for attachment with the substratum, and at the anterior end they have mouth at the center. Here mouth is present, and this mouth is surrounded by a number of tentacles. Mouth is surrounded by number of tentacles. So these tentacles shows the presence of a special stinging cells. Okay, that tentacles have stinging cells which injects the poison into the prey, poison or venom into the prey. So that stinging cells are known as nidoblast. That stinging cells are known as nidoblast. So due to the presence of this stinging cell, this phylum is known as Cnidaria. Okay, this phylum is known as Cnidaria. And why called as Coelenterata? Because these organisms which belongs to Cnidaria or Coelenterata, they have internal body cavity. The internal body cavity. That internal body cavity is called as gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity, or this cavity is also known as coelenteron. The body cavity, internal body cavity is also known as coelenteron. That's why this phylum is also known as Coelenterata. And due to the presence of stinging cells into the tentacles, the stinging cells are nidoblast. That's why this phylum is also known as Cnidaria. Okay. So in Hydra, the digestion takes place in gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity or Coelenterata. So why that cavity is called as gastrovascular cavity? Because this cavity is associated with ingestion and digestion of food material. Gastrovascular cavity is related to ingestion and digestion of food material. That's why called as gastrovascular cavity. So basically gastric functions means related to digestion. Okay. And the cavity is coelenteron or gastrovascular cavity. So internal body cavity in case of Hydra or in Coelenterata or Cnidaria is known as gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron. Okay. So basically in case of Hydra, the digestion happens extracellular as well as intracellular. Digestion intracellular as well as extracellular. So extracellular digestion generally takes place in this cavity. This cavity is called as gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron. Okay, so digestion taking place into this cavity is called as extracellular digestion, and the semi-digested food is absorbed by these cells. Okay, semi-digested food is absorbed by these cells which are present into the lining of gastrovascular cavity or the wall of gastrovascular cavity. So there are number of cells. That cells absorb the semi-digested food and further digestion takes place inside the cell. So such type of digestion is known as intracellular digestion. So in Hydra, both the type of digestion can be seen. Extracellular digestion in this cavity, gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron, and the intracellular digestion, the semi-digested food is absorbed by the cells and the further process of digestion takes place inside the cell, intracellular digestion. Okay, so when the prey is get in contact with this tentacle, that tentacle injects the venom or poison with the help of nidoblast. So that prey get paralyzed and these tentacles curl towards the mouth. The tentacles get curled towards the mouth. त्यांचं असं coiling होतं towards the mouth. So these tentacles brought the prey towards the mouth. So here the prey enters through the mouth into the gastrovascular cavity. And digestion begins here in this cavity. Okay, so here in Hydra, the digestive system is incomplete because there is only one opening, that is mouth. Okay, in case of Hydra, there is only one opening is present called as mouth. So there is no anus. There is no anus. So there is only one opening, that is mouth. So the food material and the excretory products are transported through the single opening, that is mouth. Okay, so there is only one opening through which the food enters into the gastrovascular cavity, and the undigested waste product and the excretory waste is expelled out through the mouth only. Okay, so this is incomplete type of digestive system. So this lining of gastrovascular cavity consists of three important types of cells. Okay, three important types of cells. That three important types of cells are: first one, flagellar cells. Flagellar cells. Second is gland cells. And the third type of cell which is present into the lining of gastrovascular cavity is amoeboid cells. Why amoeboid cells? Because these cells does not have any particular shape. Okay, they don't have any kind of symmetry. That's why called as amoeboid cells. Okay, so the lining of gastrovascular cavity consists of flagellar cells, gland cells, and the amoeboid cells. So flagellar cells, here in this diagram you can observe there are certain cells having flagella-like structures. These cells are called as flagellar cells. So these cells helps in the transportation of food, or these cells helps in the moving of food material inside this gastrovascular cavity. Due to the flagellar movement, the food is passed in forward direction. Okay, the food is passed into this gastrovascular cavity for the digestion purpose. Flagellar cells. Gland cells. The gland cells basically secrete digestive enzymes. So as the food enters into the gastrovascular cavity and the food is passed in forward motion with the help of this flagella, okay, then the gland cells secrete the digestive enzymes over the food material. So here extracellular digestion begins after the gland cells secrete the enzymes over the food material. Then amoeboid cells, basically they absorb the semi-digested food material. Amoeboid cells, they absorb the semi-digested food material and the further digestion takes place inside the cell. So amoeboid cells also plays an important role into the circulation of digested food material. Okay, so amoeboid cells they also helps in circulation of digested food material or the simple food material by means of diffusion. Okay, so food transportation जे आहे ते कसं होतं with the help of diffusion. So basically in diffusion the movement takes place from higher concentration to lower concentration. So food distribution among the different type of cells takes place with the help of diffusion mechanism. Okay, so this is the gastrovascular cavity or the coelenteron in Hydra. Okay, so this cavity has only one opening called as mouth. So mouth is used for ingestion as well as egestion. Ingestion means intake of food material. Egestion means excretion of undigested waste and nitrogenous product. Okay, then the tentacles have special cells called as cnidoblast, and due to the presence of cnidoblast, this phylum is also known as Cnidaria, and due to the presence of internal body cavity, gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron, this phylum is also called as Coelenterata. Okay, Coelenterata. So stinging cells are generally used to paralyze their prey. Okay, so paralyze their prey, and after paralyzing their prey, tentacles brought the food material near the mouth. Okay, then food is entered through the mouth into the gastrovascular cavity. The further movement is assisted with the help of flagellar movement of these flagellar cells. Okay, then gland cells secrete the digestive enzymes over the food material. Semi-digestion takes place. Then semi-digested food is absorbed by the amoeboid cells, which helps in further digestion of food and the circulation of food with the help of diffusion method. Okay, with the help of diffusion, the food is distributed among the cells. Okay, so basically the food material it consists of carbohydrates, which is readily available source of energy. Carbohydrate easy available source of energy. Then comes proteins. Proteins are generally used to prepare the amino acids or the vice versa, and protein or the amino acids are the building blocks of body. And then comes fat. Fats are generally reserve type of food material. Okay, so this is all about the hydra and gastrovascular cavity. Thank you.